Did you know that humans have a tendency to create circles of us and them? I've got a few ways you can test to see if you're in a healthy circle. But first, have you ever found yourself on the outside of one of those circles? I can recall a few times in my life when this has happened. One that stands out involves my relationship with the game of baseball. Growing up in England, soccer and cricket were the sports I grew up watching and playing. I moved to Canada when I was 10 and was introduced in school to the game of baseball. Many of my classmates were avid players and fans and were eager to get me involved. A well-meaning friend lent me a glove that only fit on my left hand, which meant I had to throw with my right hand, despite the fact I'm left-handed. I was too shy to mention that, and as a result, I wasn't a good player. Trying to play a game I didn't really understand or enjoy left me often getting left out. Breaking into a circle of kids who'd been playing all their lives was nearly impossible, especially when it came to discussing players, teams, and stats of which I knew nothing about. Now let me clarify, not all circles are bad. There is certainly nothing wrong with being on a sports team, working together. In fact, there are some necessary circles. Networking with others in your field, let's say. Families are important circles, and even a shared interest or hobby. I love meeting somebody who is a fan of the Toronto Rock lacrosse team, a sport I understand and enjoy. It's how we build connection with others and find meaning for much of life. So how do we know if our circles are healthy? I think you could ask yourself this question: is my circle good for everyone? Of course, it's natural to ask, is a circle good for me? Meaning, am I getting healthier? Am I better? More resilient because of the us circle? That's important. Sometimes we stick with circles just because we feel included. And it's great to ask yourself if it's a good place for others in the circle. Are they getting better too? Is it a toxic or overly competitive environment in that circle? Or are people genuinely there for each other? But the best circles to be a part of will pass this test for those outside of the circles too. Do those outside of our circle benefit because we're together? Does it create value for those who aren't included? We can always get better, including the circles we're part of, but especially if you answered no to any of those questions, you may want to ask yourself if there's anything you can do with your influence within that circle to make things better for everyone. It can take courage, but it always feeds back for everyone involved.